What's going on? What's going on, man? We are live on YouTube and live on TikTok. What is happening? What is happening? Actually, I don't even need these. Just set these down. So, what's going on, man? Talking some good football today. Absolutely. Absolutely. So basically talking about what rosters are going on, man. What rosters are some of the best rosters that are out there in the National Football League? Um, you know, top 5 rosters in the league. Now, that doesn't always mean that they're going to have the best record. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily the best team, but who's got the best roster? For instance, like personally, I think that the Chargers have a top 5 roster in the National Football League. Good afternoon, man. What's going on? What's going on? Like I said, we're live here on TikTok and on YouTube. But Chargers have one of the top 5 rosters in the National Football League, in my opinion. But with a combination of not being able to stop the run, not having their head coach, which we'll get into that a little bit later. Their head coach is by far, I think, by far the worst coach in the National Football League. When you got that kind of stuff going on, you're not necessarily the best team. So, it's stuff like that. Stuff like that. So let's see. Let's start with top 5 roster. I think the Eagles are a top 5 roster in the National Football League, without question. I think the Jets, although the Jets have a bad line, but it's okay. Their line's got to be better. It's got to be better. I know Saleh called him out, and he probably should have, but the Jets got to be better. I think the Bengals is on the fringe of top 5. I don't think the Bengals is in the top 5 yet. Just until we see that offensive line play, I just can't say that they got a top 5 roster. They losing both their safeties is going to hurt. Now, I know they drafted a guy from Michigan that is a play-making safety, but we'll see. We'll see. The Cowboys, look, y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a Cowboy hater. I'm a diehard Cowboy hater. But the Cowboys roster from top to bottom is top 5 in the National Football League. It's top 5. So, and the thing about that's with the Jets, if they're like, they have all these good pieces, like their defense is put together. Their defense is put together. But if that offensive line plays bad, they're going to be a bad football team. It's just facts. They're going to be a bad football team, man. So, no, we're not the Raiders. We're not talking the Raiders, man. The Raiders don't have a good offensive line. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. A lot of people think that the Cowboys have enough to beat the Eagles. I'm not sure that they do. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. The one thing that I think is interesting is a lot of people are anointing Jalen Hurts as a top 5 quarterback because he had a good year last year. And I'm a person that believes, look, you put the quarterbacks based on year-to-year basis because, look, when somebody just comes into the league, then they have a good year, just because they haven't done it for 10 years doesn't mean they're not good. But Jalen Hurts also had a horrendous year the year before. He was bad. Now he's gotten better. But I don't know that he's a top 5 quarterback. I think that's pushing it, man. I think that's pushing it. If he does it again, then we can see. So, Detroit Lions. Now, that's another team that a lot of people are talking top 10 roster. I got to hand it to them. They put together something in Detroit, man. They have put together something in Detroit. But I don't know. I'm still. Now, we're going to talk about this tomorrow because we're going to get into the divisions and all that good stuff for the rest of the week. We're going to talk about and break down 2 divisions a day for the rest of the week until we're done. But spoiler alert, I'm still taking the Vikings to win that division. I like the Vikings to win that division, man. I just feel good about the Vikings. Um, so I know Detroit's got a lot, and they played good the second half of the season, but they also played horrible the first half of the season. I mean, that defense was worse than Swiss cheese. I mean, you talk about Olay, they didn't put up any resistance. So we'll find out. We'll find out. I like the fact that they kept Aaron Glenn around, and I like the teams that do this from time to time. They basically say, "Hey, man, it's not the coaches, it's the players. We need better players." I like that. I like that. You know, get better players in there. Don't just blame everything on the coaches or the system. Get some better guys. I like that approach. Dak is bad. Okay. Okay. Let's see. The Jags. I like the Jags. I like the Jags. I'm a believer in what the Jags are doing, man. I'm a believer. I am definitely a believer. I think it's going to be close though, because they won the division last year and it was close. I mean, the Titans. I mean, if you look at that game, the Titans basically gave it away. They gave away the game at the end. So I don't know. I don't know. I know that Titans defense is really good. Now the Jags got better on offense, bringing in Calvin Ridley. Man, I mean, you got better. But they didn't really do a lot to get better on the defensive side of the ball, and they were not good defensively last year. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what do y'all think as far as those rosters? Now, a lot of people say the Browns, that the Browns have a top 5, top 10 roster. Here's my thing. They talk about the Browns defense. The Browns defense last year couldn't stop a runny nose from running the football. I mean, it was unbelievable how bad they were. Now they get a new defensive coordinator. They add a guy. Is that enough? We'll see. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, Browns defense was just bad. Browns defense was just bad. So we will find out. As I mentioned earlier, man, we are live here on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. If you are on TikTok, come on over to YouTube and check us out, man. The chat is open. The chat is open in TikTok. We are having some fun. If you're not following me on either, please give me a follow. Or if you're on YouTube, come subscribe. We're just getting this thing started with Big B Sports Talk, man. We are just getting going. We'll be live every day at 4:00 until otherwise notified, man. Well, during the week, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 4:00. So let's see. The Falcons. I don't know that I like the Falcons roster per se, but I think the Falcons can fight in that division. Their plan is to be physical and run the football. I don't know that I would have taken a running back 8, but you know what? If that's their plan, to run that football, because they got a good line. I don't know that I'm a Ritter believer. I'm not sure that I believe in Ritter, but that division's not great. The Saints aren't great. I know a lot of people, somebody yesterday told me the Saints were going 12-5. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, not 12-5. The Saints should win the division, but I don't know. I think the Falcons are going to fight. One team to keep in mind. Now, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. The Bucks are going to be better. I say better. The Bucks aren't going to be as bad as what everybody believes. The Bucks are not going to be as bad as what everybody believes. I'm just telling you. That division's not any good. Not any good, man. No, it's not good. And Baker Mayfield will throw for a bunch of yards. Now they'll be behind and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. Somebody's talking about AR-15. Look, Anthony Richardson, stop saying the Colts. The Colts might not win 4 games. Anthony Richardson, I think it's a mistake. But they're not trying to win. That just tells me they're not trying to win this year because Gardner Minshew is a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson is right now. That's period, point blank. I like Richardson. Cannon arm, elite athlete, good on the whiteboard, knows where to go with the football. Has some of the worst lower body mechanics that I've ever seen in a quarterback. Horrible. Causing him to throw late, inaccurate. Got it. I said it. He needs a year to learn and get his lower body mechanics under control. Colts aren't going to give him that. It's going to be a disaster. I'm just telling you. So Colt fans, lock in. Buckle up because this is going to be rough. You know, look for a lot of 45, 47% passing games out of him, which that ain't going to win you many football games, if any. Yeah, Colts 3 wins. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. They're trying to get, I don't know what they're trying to get. They got a quarterback. They just took him fourth, so they're not trying to get Caleb Williams. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. Packers are not going 10-7. The Packers are not going 10-7, man. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So let's break down a couple other things here. Staley. Let's start here. Coaches on the hot seat. Coaches that are on the hot seat. My first one is Brandon Staley. Y'all know how I feel. If you don't, if you followed me before, you know that I believe that Brandon Staley is the worst coach in the National Football League. He plays absolutely just, let me put this nicely since we're on live, analytical nerd football that gets you beat. Let's just say that. Analytical nerd football that will get you beat. I think Staley's horrible. Hackett was the worst, but he doesn't have a job anymore. So he is on the hot seat. The next one is Mike McCarthy, without question, at Dallas. It seems like any coach at Dallas is on the hot seat. He is one that is. It's crazy, but just is what it is, man. Just is what it is. Ron Rivera, he was my next person on my list. Ron Rivera is absolutely. He's already calling out his offensive coordinator and threw him under the bus just so everybody knows, hey, man, I didn't want to hire Eric Bieniemy. That was the old ownership that wanted him. I didn't want him. Already throwing him under the bus. It's insane. Just insane. I never seen anything like it before. Before they even had a preseason snap, the head coach is already calling out the offensive coordinator, his new offensive coordinator. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Never heard or seen anything like that, man. That's just nuts. Just nuts. Now, here's a name that a lot of people won't think. I think Bill Belichick. Because the Patriots aren't going to be any good. And I don't know that he's going to get fired. But I think Kraft may say, look, you got to shake some things up. Doing it your way is not working anymore. We got to shake some things up around here. And Belichick may say, I'm not doing any of that, and he might just quit. But I think if they're not good again, yeah, I think that could happen. I think that can happen. I just believe that the Patriots aren't going to be any good. I mean, they're going to stink. They're going to be last in that division again. And because the Jets are better, the Dolphins are better, the Bills are better, the Patriots, Mac Jones isn't great. I don't think he's any good. I don't think last year was necessarily all his fault, but it is what it is. So we'll see. All right. So the Saints aren't good. Nah, I don't know. I think the Saints are okay, man. I think the Saints are okay. The Bengals own the Saints. But why? I mean, why does that matter? They're not even in the same division, so who cares? Who cares? I'm just checking in with the chat here. What else we got? The Broncos are winning more than 7 games. I don't see it. I mean, Russell Wilson, then look, that first preseason game was pathetic, but that offensive line is pathetic. It's not just him. That offensive line is bad. It's bad. So they're not going to be able to run the football. They can't protect. Whew. Oh, well. Oh, well. It is what it is, man. So we'll see. Again, man, anybody, if we're live here on TikTok and we're live here on YouTube, anybody on TikTok, come on over to YouTube, man. Join the chat. Come subscribe. Big B Sports Talk. We are just getting started with going live every day or Monday through Friday at 4:00, man. Pickett to Pickens. Absolutely. Absolutely. Going to be big this year. Steelers going to be good this year. I'm just telling you. I know y'all don't want to believe it. The Steelers are going to be good. Very good. Just live with it. Learn to live with it. Get behind it. Get behind it. Let's see. Steelers third in division? Nah. Yeah, probably. Probably. I think I'm taking the Ravens to win the North. We'll get to that, though. We'll get to those predictions, but I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens in that division. So we'll see. But I know their cornerbacks got to stop getting hurt. I mean, that's one thing. Their corners got to stop getting hurt. It's the same thing that happened to them last year. All these defensive guys got hurt. They got to stop. So let's check it out. The Falcons. I like the Falcons. Like I said, I like the Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to fight in that division. People are just gift wrapping it to the Saints, and I don't believe that that's the case, man. I don't believe that that's the case. Trevor Lawrence is not going to win the MVP. Stop that. Let's see. Yeah, the Ravens. I got the Ravens winning the division. We'll see tomorrow. We're going to start picking divisions tomorrow. We'll do 2 tomorrow. So we'll see. Yeah, I think the Ravens. I like the Ravens. I know a lot of people, they keep saying, Lamar Jackson, look, I like Lamar, but he's got to stay healthy. You know, he's got to be healthy at the end of the season. I'm not going to call him injury prone, but he's got to stay healthy at the end of the year. Just, you just got to do that. But I think this will be a huge bounce back year for Lamar Jackson. I'm predicting he's going to contend for the MVP this year. I believe he will. Giants, nope, not making the playoffs. Giants are going to take a step back, in my opinion. The Giants are going to take a step back. So explain why the Ravens are going to win the division. I think they're better. And I think they're going to be better. I think their offense will be better than Cincinnati's defense. And Cincinnati's defense is good. But I think losing those 2 safeties is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And I believe the Ravens can do enough on defense to slow down the Bengals. And I just believe Baltimore's better. So that's why. Man, the Dolphins, I loved the Dolphins. I had the Dolphins, but then Ramsey got hurt, and I'm like, man, that kills me. It kills me because I think that the Dolphins had a good opportunity to win that division. And I was picking them. But no. Just, I don't know. Yeah, I thought the Dolphins could have won the division, but Ramsey's not coming back this year. I mean, he's not coming back in December to play. That's not going to happen. I mean, he's out for the year, which sucks. So, it stinks. Just stinks. So, I don't know. I think the Dolphins can still win 10 games, but I don't think 10 games is not going to win that division. I think the Bills will be better than that. The Bills will be better than that. Mm-mm. Yeah, last year, you're right. I was more wishing that the Bengals were going to take a step back last year. I was hoping and praying that they were going to take a step back. And I was dead wrong. Yep, I was dead wrong, but I'm not hoping and wishing and praying that this year. I'm not doing that. The Bengals are going to be good. But Baltimore, I just think is better. And stop wishing injuries into existence, saying that Tyler Huntley's going to be in by week 6. That's just ignorant talk, and I just don't listen to it. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. What do I think about Patrick Mahomes? He's the best player in the National Football League. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. The Broncos are not going to be good. Sorry. The Broncos are not going to be good. So I'm not wishing for the Bengals, their downfall. I mean, whether they're good or not, I just think the Steelers are going to be better. Last year, I was wishing. I'm not wishing for that this year. I think Steelers are better. Not better than the Bengals. I think they're a better football team. Let me clarify that. Steelers aren't better than the Bengals. The Steelers are just a better football team than what they were the year before. The Bears are going to surprise some people. People think that the Bears are going to win 5 or 6 games. I think they get to 7 or 8. Minimum 7 or 8. I think the Bears will be better. And we'll go through a rundown. We'll do a rundown of each team and split it up in AFC and NFC. Probably do a little bit of that tomorrow too. But I like the Bears, man. I like the Bears. I don't think they're going to win the division. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I just think the Bears are going to be better because I don't think the Bears defense can hold up. I don't think they have enough on the defensive end or the defensive side of the ball to do enough. So, announce it once again, man. Again, Big B Sports Talk. We're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Coming at you every day, Monday through Friday. Not every day, but Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock. I appreciate y'all coming in. Anybody that's on TikTok, remember to like, follow. You want to join in on YouTube? We got the open chat over there on YouTube. Come join in, man. We're having a ton of fun over there too, man. And remember to subscribe, all that good stuff over on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, the link is in the bio. Yeah, Seahawks are going to be good. I like the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks get to 11 wins this year. I like the Seahawks. I do. If Geno Smith plays the way he played the first 3 quarters of the season last year, the Seahawks got something, man. They'll be able to run the football. Defense is playing better. I'm just telling you. Seahawks. Texans, no. They just don't have enough pieces yet. Texans are going to be bad. I think they'll be a good team. Heck, here's the thing. The Texans haven't won a bunch of football games, but the Texans haven't been awful. They're like they play hard. They play hard. So I like that. They're just, they're not good. They don't have good players. They don't have enough good players yet. They got a good coach. So the Texans fight. I like it. I like it. I definitely like it. Penn State. Yeah, I got to get that flag changed because people have been wearing me out about Penn State. Here's the thing about Penn State and me. My boy that I grew up with was the head basketball coach at Penn State. I grew up with him. He is now the head basketball coach at Notre Dame. I'm not a Penn State fan in any way. But my thing is, if you grow up with somebody and dag nabbit, if they become the head coach at a big-time university, you put a pennant on your wall. So now I got a Notre Dame pennant. I just got to put it up. Hopefully y'all don't wear me out about that Because if anything, I am definitely not a Notre Dame fan. But I'll root for Notre Dame basketball though. I will do that. I think the Chiefs will be fine. The Chiefs are one of the best football teams in the league, so the Chiefs will be fine. Be careful about the 49ers being in your way, Seahawk fans. I just be careful. I wouldn't just hand over the division to the 49ers if I were you just yet. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that just yet. Yeah. I wouldn't just say that the division is theirs, man. I wouldn't do that. So, let's see. Yeah, man, it's National Football League. Yes, the Chiefs actually, I mean, they lost to the Colts last year. They almost lost to the Texans. It's the National Football League, man. But they won the Super Bowl. So I don't think that the organization or any fan cares that they lost to the Colts. I don't think anybody cares. And it doesn't make the Colts feel good that they beat the Chiefs but had a horrible season. I don't think anybody cares about that either. So we'll see. Bears record, hey, they'll get to 7 wins. They'll get to 7 wins, man. I definitely like it. So, all right, man. I appreciate it. It's the first time we went live on YouTube. We are shutting things down as of now. We'll get better at this, man, as we go along. We will get better at this as we go along. I appreciate everybody joining the live today. Tomorrow, like I said, Monday through Friday, we will be live on YouTube and TikTok. So check us out. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, like videos, comment, even if you hate it. So all of that good stuff. I appreciate it, man. It helps. It absolutely helps. If you're on TikTok, remember to keep liking, follow me over there. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to me over there, man. We are just getting started on Big B Sports Talk. The links are in the bios. Send me any information if you guys have some topics and stuff you want to talk about. We'll put it all together, man. I appreciate y'all. Until then, I will holler at you tomorrow. You guys have a good one.